topics.
And we're on. I'm live with Pete. I was trying to think of something to introduce you, but I knew it wouldn't be graceful to walk. I was trying to think of some music, and this is all I came up with. That's the best I could do. You need a theme, Pete.
Good music.
So I've known Pete for a while. I'm used to being able to shock people. I'm used to being able to tell people I got a guy or I know a deal or whatever. Pete blows me out of water. He's got a guy for anything you need all the time. He's a scrounger. He's a survivor. What's going on now in the world doesn't mean a damn thing to him other than impacting his business. Which I noticed yesterday, you said, hold on, a customer came in. Everybody is. I think you're going to lose a lot of people that take early retirement. I think some people don't want to go back. I was listening to an interview that a friend of mine was doing, and the guy said, Corona saved my life. He said, my job was 100 times more toxic than this virus. It forced me to do a change. I think a lot of people are going to come to that kind of conclusion. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
I
definitely. I know a lot of people that are going to look for new jobs and not go back to their old field. They're going to use the unemployment. If they plan on, depends on how long the unemployment. If the economy comes back, stores open up, people are still on unemployment, and they can use that time to look for other jobs. I know some people are going to take advantage of that.
I think we could lose 1/3 of the workforce that doesn't go back to what it was doing before. Not that it's going to be unemployed or bums or anything, but they just don't go back to what they were doing. They use this as a career change. How has it impacted you, if at all?
Bank accounts going down. I still got to pay the rent for the store and all the bills, and I don't have really any income coming in from the store. So I help some customers out that will bang on the door night and day for e-cigarettes or some type of product, and I'll slip that out to the door for them. But besides that, there's not really any income coming in. No unemployment or.
What about the stimulus?
Unemployment twice. So that they don't have my bank account info. So I guess that's a downfall of that. So they'll mail me a check. So those the checks are going out last.
Well, you can apply.
And that'll just cover basically my rent for a month.
There's a way to apply online where you can apply with regard to if you don't have a bank account that's registered with them, I think, for unemployment with the state.
No, that was for like people that's if you don't have a bank account and you really don't have an address registered with them. I tried that. That's more for people that just that were on Social Security or people that didn't make enough to even file taxes. I filed taxes. They mailed me a check. So they're going to mail me a check. It's just going to be not till next month. And then unemployment, they have in Pennsylvania, they allow you to the website to file for unemployment for people that are self-employed. Just went up on 2 days ago. I guess it was like Sunday night. Some 4 a.m. I think Sunday night is when it went into effect. And that website was really glitchy. You have to put your Social Security number in, and then to make sure you qualify for it. If you're self-employed, it's supposed to somehow know, I guess. I don't know. But it was glitchy, and it said that me and a lot of other people are saying that I didn't qualify for it, that I qualified for regular unemployment, which that wasn't true because I'm a business owner. You never qualify for regular unemployment. And it redirects you to the regular unemployment. So after doing that 3 or 4 times, it kept redirecting me. I agreed with it, and I just filled that regular unemployment out, which I shouldn't have done. But then later on, I was able to go back and do the emergency unemployment thing. And I put my Social Security number in there, supposedly fixed it. And I put my number in, and it worked this time. So then I filed a claim for the appropriate one that I was supposed to do. So now I have 2 claims in, and it's so jammed up, it's going to be like months before anybody looks at either one. So I think a lot of people hit the lottery and get double money. I don't know. I'll either get nothing or double or maybe one.
I think a lot of people are scrambling, and they're not trying to game the system, but they just need something quicker. You know,
you just need something quicker, and like
it's freaky as hell to hear you say stuff like going through government websites and like because I'm surprised that you put your whole name Pete there. I thought you would just put P, and I wouldn't say your. I normally put up people's names. I'm not putting up your name or any of your information. But you're on government website. You said you're going to have health care in a couple of days. You're getting on the grid.
Oh, that's I'm on the grid. That's because my wife is working, so she's getting us health care.
And you're married. And you're married.
Yeah. Yep. First year married.
When's your anniversary?
On the 6th. 5th. May 6th.
So it's coming up. Well, if this thing stretches out, you can blame doing nothing on Corona. But you passed the one test. You remember your anniversary. Most people don't remember that. What have you been doing to occupy your time? I know you've been flying the mini drones and stuff like that.
Flying the mini drone, and I still have to drive my wife to work and back and forth, and flying the mini drone, sleeping a lot, catching up on all my taxes and bookworks.
Now, has marriage changed things for you? When you got married, I think everybody died a little bit because you were the confirmed bachelor. You were the rogue guy that was never going to give in. I remember you asking me. Something to the effect of, right before you got married, you were dating, and you were saying, you said something like, I might need help with this, this person's going to live with me, all these different things and rules. And I said, well, I don't think I can help you, or I don't know that much. I'm no expert. I said, well, the women want all kinds of things like linen and stuff like that. And you had this like long list because you've been camping effectively for years. You've just been camping.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I don't need a house with a big kitchen. I live in an efficiency now, and the kitchen is actually where the store was an old bakery, so there's actually a kitchen there. So that would be where I do the cooking, would be at the store. But so I have an efficiency, which is the bathroom and a big room. I don't need a lot of stuff.
But you pioneered so many things. I remember you were wearing leotards or leggings, and you had shorts on, and I said, Pete, you look ridiculous. And you just said, everybody be wearing this next year. Everybody. And they were.
People wearing that all the time now.
And they were.
Yep.
Now you had to change some things for marriage. You don't still have the tent in the bedroom, do you?
No.
She made you get rid of the tent, or did you get rid of it?
No, we're actually going to get another one. She likes the tent. She likes the idea of the tent. Just haven't got a new. It wasn't that cold this year.
No, it wasn't 3-dog night weather,
No, it wasn't like it was a really. I don't think the heat was even on at all this year.
And you, I mean, you pretty much. Everybody talks about prepping and surviving. You pretty much just organically have done all these things that people have turned into skills and vocations. You've always done them.
Yeah. I'm not really, staying inside for 2 months isn't that big of a deal. I think I froze up.
No. You're okay. Okay.
You're
just not moving a lot. You said something yesterday about vaping that I don't think anybody knows. You run a shop that sells vape products, and you said a statement that I think you think people know, but they don't. Because I made a joke about we see these giant clouds in the car, and how can people say again what you said about the rule?
Oh, the rule is you just got to make sure you exhale and straight away, so you you got a couple seconds of straight driving before the smoke clears.
See, I don't think these guys know this.
It actually fogs your window up too. It actually sticks to your window.
They say it sticks. I had somebody on that says it sticks much more than nicotine. It sticks worse than cigarettes.
It fucks your window up more than cigarettes, maybe. Well, not permanently. It needs to be wiped off.
Are you worried at all about the health concerns?
The what?
Health concerns of it? I mean, because we
when you knew me before, I used to chew like a tin of tobacco a day.
Yeah.
And I was able to quit that to get into vaping. And there is the health concerns you hear about they blame like e-cigarettes for problems like the people that are in the hospital with lung problems and stuff. That was all from illegal black market THC vape cartridges. It had nothing to do with e-cigarettes.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, there's a problem with kids getting them. That is an issue. But that's always going to be an issue. Kids are going to try to get stuff. And they're trying to blame flavors on that. But if there wasn't flavored e-cigarettes, I'd probably still be chewing tobacco. Because I would never vape. I would never vape tobacco flavored e-liquid. I've chewed mint flavored and wintergreen and different flavors. I never chewed tobacco flavored.
Isn't it a problem? I mean, is it me or does the vape industry not have a good spokesperson?
No, the vape industry is all about. It's greedy, and they're all just trying to make a quick buck. And the ridiculous like packaging and all that stuff that like kind of appeals to kids, and then like the ridiculous behaviors, like the events they have. They sell, they make money. Those people are just in it for quick money, and they don't really care about the long haul of the e-cigarette industry. And then if you're a shop owner, you got to decide, do you want to sell this stuff that's flying off the shelf or try to sell less flashy stuff and be better for the industry, and then it doesn't sell? So like
you want to keep your lights on.
It's being taxed. I mean, I don't use it anymore. I don't make any money on it anymore. It's taxed in Pennsylvania. Sadly, I make more for Pennsylvania on a sale than I do for myself. So I've like downgraded this. That's just a small section of the store. If I didn't vape, I probably wouldn't even sell vaporized e-cigarettes and stuff anymore. If I didn't.
What are you selling at the store?
I mean, I changed the name. It used to be Glassbound Studio Gallery and Vape. Now it's Glassbound Studio Gallery and Hemp. So now I sell a lot more hemp flower.
No, what's the hemp stuff is the organic stuff, and that's the
it's not organic because it can't technically be called organic, even if it is. By the way, the laws for whatever, but it's just hemp flower. It's the flower. It's high in CBD, low in THC. So people think that CBD has medical value, and they'll use it, they'll smoke it, or use it to make tinctures or edibles. In Pennsylvania, we're allowed to grow it with a $100 permit. And then there's tons of farms around here, and I buy it by the pound from the farms, and then break it down into like eighths and quarter ounces and ounces, and then sell it to customers. And then either smoke it or vape it or make edibles from it, tinctures from it, or whatever.
And that's not marijuana.
No, it's considered anything under. It has a low enough amount of THC that it's considered hemp. So you'd have to smoke. It's like 50 times less strong than you'd have to smoke like 50 joints to equal one joint of real marijuana.
So what does the THC add to the hemp?
The THC is the part that makes you get stoned.
And what does the hemp do separately? That's got all the holistic stuff.
They're just calling it the CBD. So in hemp and in marijuana, there's CBD. There's a bunch of cannabinoids, but the most popular is CBD and THC. THC gets you high. CBD has medical value. People claim it has medical value. So THC also has medical value. But if it has low enough THC, it's considered hemp, and we're legally allowed to grow it. And that you can sell it. It it's just high in THC or CBD, and people use that for all kinds of reasons. So it's a lot.
I think there should be an age range on marijuana, because
I've got a friend who just range on CBD products. Technically, there's nothing in the books about how old you have to be to buy a CBD product.
Well, I've got. I don't think you should do it when you're young, and I've got a friend that just started doing it, and I've known lots of people that have done marijuana over time, and not my thing, but that's fine. There are a lot of ways, but he started very late in life, and he's incredibly annoying. It's made him so annoying as a person. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, well, I remember when people in high school would do it, they would just kind of stay in dark places and eat snack foods and worry that every knock on the door was coming to arrest them. He's the opposite of this.
It works differently for different people, I guess.
So what kind of deals you got in the shop? Every time I've been to the shop, you show me something that I didn't even know there was a market for, but that makes perfect sense.
Well, another thing I would have, I mean, I don't know. I have those face masks. I have a bunch of face masks coming from probably China. But I used to sell those fidget spinners. I sold a lot of those. There hasn't been like a hot item recently. I guess because there's the economy's not doing well, so we're not really, besides face masks and those stupid things, toilet paper, I guess. I never stupid when I was selling toilet paper.
The irony of buying face masks from China is not lost on you, right?
Where else are you going to get them? Everything comes from China.
Yeah, and that's the situation we put ourselves in. Did you say you were selling toilet paper?
No, I wouldn't go that low. Wouldn't do that.
Okay, then tell me about.
I've had no problem getting any item I needed. I've ever had a problem getting. Like if I go to the grocery store, I might not get like everything I need, but like, next time you go, they'll have that item. Like I've been able to get rubbing alcohol, bleach, any food item. I never had issues. Went to the grocery store today.
Even paper products?
Yeah, I mean, I bought like a thing of toilet paper like before the crisis at Costco's, and I still haven't used it all.
Well, I guess everything's changed since you've been married, and because of the crisis.
If I have to open the store and follow the guidelines, I'm going to need a lot of like cleaning supplies. Because the week that I was open before, like when the virus first hit, you go through like a can of Lysol a day. Like every time somebody comes, you have to clean down every spot they touch. So like we need to have like before the stores can open, we need a lot of cleaning supplies available, or shit's not going to be really clean. Like I saw, I guess a Giant, they were using Simple Green to clean the cart. Yeah, like that's not like going to kill anything.
That's not going to do anything. It'll make it shiny. In fact,
but you're going to see a lot of that if the stores open up and we don't have the cleaning supplies. Stores are going to have to fake it. They're just going to be using like Simple Green or like some bullshit that's not actually working.
Yeah, Pine Sol.
Yeah, Pine Sol.
Yeah, it'll smell fresh, but won't be good.
I'm not looking forward to opening.
No,
I'm dealing with people breathing in my face, and my store's cramped, so I would really only be able to have one set of people in there at a time.
And also then you've got people breathing down your neck, potentially enforcing regulations they don't understand, which a lot of that's happening too.
Yeah. So you want to hear something? I don't know if I told you this, but a customer of mine knocked on my door yesterday and asked for a lighter, and I gave him let him use my lighter. Actually, I just gave it to him, and then he told me he was at Turkey Hill trying to buy cigarettes, and they wouldn't serve him because he didn't have a mask. And then he asked if I had any masks for sale, and I didn't have any left. I saved that one for you. And so he asked to borrow my handkerchief. I'm like, no.
No. No. You don't loan a face mask. You don't loan something that goes against your mouth. I mean,
exactly. Like this guy does not give a fuck. How do you borrow my face mask.
You want to borrow? Yeah. Do you want to borrow some underwear and a condom? Go have a party from the dumpster? Have you lost your mind?
So there's still people picking up cigarette butts off the ground too. Like, they'll pick up the shorts. There's like a hit left.
So you would not sell toilet paper. You would not go that low, is what you said.
Nah, it's too big of an item for no.
So did you have any?
Even the mask that I sold, I sold them for like 50 cents more than I got them for. And I gave so many away. I lost money on that actually.
See, I just see that's why you won't be the best businessman because you're a scrounger. You'll stay around and you'll survive, but you won't thrive because you're always going to give stuff away and help people. Everybody's going to come to you with a sad story.
Yeah. Like the guy was like trying to borrow my mask. If I would have had an extra one, I would just give it to him.
Yeah, but there's no way. I don't want you bringing it back. I don't want you bringing it back. But they wouldn't let them in the store without a mask, so they're enforcing that now. And that, I don't know.
And then they were enforcing it at Turkey Hill, which is like a small, like I wouldn't even imagine them to be enforcing anything. They were actually enforcing it. And then today at Giant, they had 2 people at the front door making sure you had masks on and making sure that there was 1 person per cart. So you're not like going in there with a family, like walking around. So, and they kick people out.
How do you feel about that level of, I don't know, oversight or whatever? You've always been kind of a live on an island by your own rules kind of guy.
Yeah, but it's not my own island, so I don't want to get sick. If it was up to me, I would just, eradicate everyone else. So it would just be me. It would be my own island. But if I have to have carriers walking around the island, I want them to wear masks, yeah.
But what do you mean eradicate them? Like Thanos snap them out of existence?
Get rid of them, shoo them away. Put them off the island. Load them off.
If you weren't married and didn't have the store, would you consider during this going back to the island?
No. Maybe. It's not that bad. It's not really worth island going yet. It's not a real apocalypse. It's just.
But if you didn't have the store and if you didn't have the obligations and the marriage and all.
No, I wouldn't do that. Not yet. It's not that bad yet. We're not there yet.
And you don't have to give the location or anything, but describe the island we're talking about. Everybody, we're not talking about something off
the island is there anymore. It's been like years since I've been there.
You think it's underwater?
It could be. It could be washed away. There's a lot of construction going on down there too.
Yeah, there is. This is an island in the Schuylkill. This is not a Caribbean wonderland. This is an island in the Schuylkill. Where I know that I have dabbled in too many circles because right after I met Pete went to the island or said something about the island. And he said, yeah, the island. And he went there. He said, I met a guy on the island. The guy knew you. So that's why I knew my worlds were crossing in not a good way. Not a good way. With the business and everything, are you able to get any of this money that they're talking about for businesses?
No, that all was gone anyway already. There's new money.
Yeah, they gave Ruth Chris Steakhouse $20 million.
Yeah,
you're supposed to have 500 employees or less. They have 5,000. They got $20 million. That
I didn't like the word loan. You said loan. It was calling it loan with possible not having to pay it back. So I wasn't really interested in that.
Well, it was a forgivable loan. It was a forgivable loan.
Yeah. No, I didn't even apply for that. I was late to that game.
Well, they're going to be redoing it again, because if they gave businesses like, if your business was able to get $20,000, that would do a lot for you, I'd imagine. I
would get reckless with that.
What would you do?
I don't know. But he'll get reckless for sure. I just want my unemployment and the $1,200 stimulus. That's all I'm asking. And then to go back to work in like a month. I'm thinking June 1st. Especially it'll be hotter out. Hopefully the virus doesn't like heat like everything else.
Right.
And then I don't have air conditioning in my studio gets to, like when I start working in there, it'll be 120 degrees if I blow glass in there. So I think that's going to help.
Why no air conditioning?
Just because you can't air condition a glass blowing studio.
Why?
But, I mean, if I had ventilation set up correctly, maybe that's what I should do. Get a $20,000 loan to have the ventilation done right, and then I could have air conditioning.
When I was there, you had that big hood thing and everything set up.
Yeah, that sucks all the air out. So if you had air conditioning running, you would be sucking out the air conditioner. Cold air.
Oh, how do they set it up to differentiate?
You have to bring in fresh air, so you have to have the windows open.
Okay.
So, and if you would spend money and do it right, you would have instead of having the windows open, you would have your fresh air pretty much right below where you're working, like coming up out of your bench straight up.
Okay.
And then it would basically just be sucking air from outside, coming straight up out the hood and out the window, and then wouldn't mess with the air around as much.
What would that cost?
So done right, it would cost a lot. It'd probably cost like $5,000 to $7,000.
I guess it'd be worth it in the end, though.
Yeah, but then like I don't like to. You never know if they have to leave, so then that kind of be like spending a lot of money. I don't even have a lease, so I'm year to year, month to month. My landlord could just say you're gone.
Oh, okay.
Which is odd for like any type of business. She's not used to having leases for businesses.
Huh.
Because usually you have a lease with lease options and stuff. And there's nothing else in my town that's like as nice as this building is. Everything else is kind of shitty for now. Unless some of the landlords fix up something, then I would possibly move.
I don't know. Somebody said they had to leave the live broadcast of this because of the language we were using. What language were we using?
Oh, the F-bomb, probably.
I don't remember that. Maybe I don't even hear it anymore. Yeah, maybe I don't even hear it. Do you remember when we were around that campfire and you were telling us all how you would, if you had to pimp us, what you had everybody picked out for their different markets?
You do Canadian market, right?
Huh?
Weren't you Canadian market?
Yes. That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to be sent to a Canadian logging camp. Is where you said I could earn the most money as a boy toy. I was on the Canadian border right there at a logging camp, and I just wondered how you just came out with that so quickly. That market. And
been to Canada.
I don't know about getting professionally prostituted because I think I have been for years as an amateur by many different employers, but professionally I didn't know about it. But being the boy toy at a logging camp sounds rough.
You want the good pay, I guess.
You work half the year, rest half the year, or something.
Yeah, it's probably seasonal.
Seasonal boy toy at a logging camp on the Canadian border. That's the career counselor never told me about that. How many dogs do you have now?
Just one.
You're down to one?
Down to one. Yeah, the shepherd died from like cancer. He was just, purebreds are never the way to go. You gotta stick with the mutts. Baru, who knows what he is? He's like 12 now, 11, 12. And he looks like probably much less. But I might get another one. We're gonna get one in the fall after festival season, but now that the festival season's canceled, there really isn't no reason not to get one now.
Wait, they've completely canceled it?
I mean, I would assume. I mean, the festivals, all the ones in the spring have officially canceled, and the big one I was going to go to in October canceled.
I don't understand why
that's going to be the last thing they're going to allow. Especially in Pennsylvania, the way they're going to stagger it out, they're going to let construction workers and people go back to maintenance jobs, go back to work, and then slowly phase in retail, and then restaurants, and then entertainment's going to be last, like movie theaters and any type of festivals. They're going to be the last ones to be allowed to operate in PA, I'm sure. They're going to be months away.
Okay, Mike Packett has specifically requested that we not drop F-bombs because he's watching with his 87 daughters. And 87 is an estimate based on his rate of procreation. The last verified number, I believe, is 2, 3, or 12. But yeah. Huh?
Well, I can work. I can do that. You can manage the F-bomb.
Yeah. Can you imagine living in a world where Packett says, don't drop an F-bomb because of my kids? That's what we've gotten to. He says the number of children is 3. And anybody else that can update that number or provide a more accurate count than 3 regarding Mike, please let us know. So the vaping thing you use, these things are getting bigger and bigger. I thought e-cigarettes were vaping in the beginning. That's how ignorant I am. Now I see people holding these things that look like phones in their hands and putting them in their mouth, and they're digital. What does the digital thing on the things tell you?
The mainly battery power, the ohms of the coil, and the volts and the puffs. So
it tells you how many puffs you've taken or how many puffs you have left.
Tells you how many puffs you've taken since you replaced the tells you how many puffs you've taken.
That thing looks like a lightsaber to me, or like an airplane-sized bottle of brandy or something.
So big because it has 2 batteries in it.
Now, how long does something like that last? How much does something like that cost?
We'll break it down. It costs.
Sell it to me. Pretend I just walked into the shop.
You can order online anywhere for probably $69. And that would be the same price that I would get it for like $64. And then I'd have to pay a 40% tax on that to the state of Pennsylvania. And then I would sell it for like $100 and not make any money.
Why do you pay such a high tax on it?
Because it's an e-cigarette. Now, as in Pennsylvania, it's an e-cigarette. You have to pay 40% tax.
Huh. And
because they're losing money on cigarette sales because people are choosing to vape versus smoke. So they try to compensate for that money. So they get 40% of everything I buy for vaping in my store. I have to pay 40% extra to this, and they have to pay 40% for the shipping. They throw in the shipping price, and then so they make more money than. That's what I told you before. There's no money in it. It's just a side, like a thing I have to bring customers in.
And you mainly keep doing it because it's something that you enjoy recreationally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it brings customers in. There's customers that are loyal, and there's
Do you see any indication in customers that it's addictive at all beyond a regular cigarette, or do
No, well, they lower their nicotine down. You can tell like sometimes customers are stressed out and they'll go for the higher milligram. But usually they just like taper it down. And I have a phone call. Hold on. Usually the customers pretty much all my customers I've had would start off with like a higher milligram, and then just slowly work their way down to the lowest, which is like 3 milligram, which is barely anything.
So people can kind of dose themselves on it almost versus a cigarette.
Yeah, and it's just nicotine in it, and nicotine without all the chemicals from cigarettes aren't that
addictive. So what does it cost? Like, what do you spend a week on your vaping habit?
Like probably $30. That would be like retail price.
And what's a pack of cigarettes cost now, roughly?
I don't know, but probably like $8.
Okay, so
or even higher.
30 cigarettes a week. Okay,
that would be like a pack. It's definitely cheaper. It's definitely cheaper than smoking cigarettes. Plus,
and
like I had asthma and I had like really bad lung issues, and the vaping like kind of like helps my asthma. Like the vegetable glycerin in it, like inhaling that, it just helps.
That's interesting. Does it help with other stuff? I see that the CBD or whatever helps with anxiety and stress and sleep and other things.
CBD products. I don't use any CBD products, but I guess the one thing I do notice, like if you use too much THC and you use CBD, it counters the effect of the THC high. So if you're using THC for pain relief,
okay.
Use a 1-part ratio of THC, 1-part ratio of CBD, and that counters the effect of the high, and then you're not like stoned and you can still function and use a lot of THC for pain. And then
I think they can hear your volume dropped out for some reason. I don't know if mine did.
I'm getting like 1,000 calls.
You're getting what? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Don't you have to pick up your wife or something?
No, she's off today.
Oh, okay. Okay. What'd she do for fun?
There's nothing to do for fun. She quills. Have you ever seen her page?
No.
She does quilling where she rolls up. It's like a form of origami. Where she makes like these paintings out of fold up pieces of paper.
Oh, interesting. Do you sell them?
Yeah, she sells them. Yeah. We were supposed to do a lot of vending this year, and she was going to sell them then, but that's not going to happen this year. So
that's it's interesting. You're talking about they're canceling things in the fall. That doesn't make sense to me. Why cancel something that's going to be in November? We're just going to lose a couple months, and there's stuff that don't cancel Christmas. Don't cancel.
I think because you don't want to put a lot of money, like these events, like people that don't have a lot of money have to shell out a lot of money, and nobody's going to want to shell out the money for something that may not happen.
But people will be so desperate by that point. You're always looking for a way to make money or a different angle. You can stand out in front of your store and sell hugs for $1 when this thing is over. People will buy the hugs. People are so desperate to get out of their house. I know that I want to go back to ignoring people by my own free choice. I want to go back to my own social distancing by my own free choice, not by some government mandate. I didn't realize how much I missed being able to sit down in a Dunkin' Donuts or something and have a cruller and a cup of tea between jobs. I didn't realize how much I would miss that, or having the option to meet somebody someplace. That's great. I mean, this digital stuff is okay, but it's not the same. What does your wife
I was
cook?
stuck. So I guess before the coronavirus, I was stuck working the store from 12 to 10 a.m. every day. So I wasn't going out very much anyway. So like to me, I've been out more now, more since the virus has happened. I've left my house more now than I did before.
You don't hear many people talking about the positives of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
but there you
I'm
go.
enjoying it. It's a vacation for me, and if I can get my unemployment, it'll be a paid vacation, which I haven't had that in like forever. I haven't had a vacation since 2015, and then I didn't have a paid vacation since 2007.
Where was your last vacation? Where was it at?
Last paid vacation would have been at the Toyota dealership I worked at.
What'd you do for your vacation now?
Oh, I don't know. Probably went to the shore or some shit.
So if you find out
the mountains too, I would go to the mountains. I wanted to go to the mountains and take a little vacation, but I don't want to leave the store unattended and have it get robbed.
Well, it's funny. The thing about going to the mountains on a vacation right now is, when do you come back, or do you come back?
Yeah, exactly. Do you come back?
Do you come back? Right. Because I would be tempted to not come back. So now, what are you doing there when you click the thing? What's that do?
Turned it back on. It turned off for some reason. Because I took the batteries out.
That's scary. I said you dropped the F-bomb. I didn't even hear it. I mean, I don't see the F-bomb as a curse word. I just see it as a part of the language when used properly. I don't see it. So before you owned the vape shop, what are some jobs you said? You said you worked at a Toyota dealership. What are some other jobs you did?
I worked there for a long time. Then I became a glass blower, and now I own a head shop and blow glass.
And you've had other jobs we can't mention.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't really. It was a hobby more than a job.
Yeah, it was an indulgence, as it were. It was an indulgence, but yeah.
Bouncer at bars and stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you? I'm surprised you. I can't imagine you with just one dog. I found that video.
Well, I'm looking when once the next dog falls in my lap that I like, I'm gonna take it. So I'll have two.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I don't know. I just gotta see it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be a certain color or anything like that. It has to be big enough that I won't roll over on it and kill it. So it can be medium size to large. It can't be mean. Can't bite my customers. Can't raise my insurance.
It's interesting because you have no dog prejudice whatsoever. You have no dog prejudice. You have no breed loyalty. You just want you want a personality with 4 legs and fur. Yeah. That you can get along with, and you've always loved your dogs. And I found that video when we were leaving the mountain, and we were buckling you into your car. You remember that? You were in the car.
That was with the 3 dogs, Mickey, Maru, and Chisel.
Yeah, all in that small. What was it? Toyota.
Toyota. Civic.
And
it was a Honda Civic.
Okay, it was a Honda 2-door, and we strapped the bag to the top, the giant bag.
I had one of those. I just got a new one of those backpack. I have to put 2 when I go vending in that little car. I use 2 backpacks now.
You should get a trailer.
I need a van. I got to buy another car because Clay's got to get a license, and we got to get something bigger.
The
trailer, I don't know. I'd rather just get a van or an SUV.
Yeah, that's probably better. But I remember we strapped them in, and I still don't know, how did you get out? How did you get out of the car?
You have to untie the bag.
In the center inside?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I said, are we sending him to his death?
I think there was a couple. Yeah, I had a couple buckles. So yeah, untie some stuff or slip out the window. I was a little more agile then.
I remember leaning in, and the smell, and you said all the dogs were farting.
Yeah, that was after a camping trip when they were eating all kinds of crap.
Yeah, just anything, and it's like they were having a competition in that
hot peppers from Neff.
Huh?
Remember, one dog ate hot peppers from Neff.
Oh yeah, the dog ate peppers. Yeah,
they were really hot.
Yeah,
gave him gas.
Who's your favorite dog? Mickey, Maru?
I guess Maru, since he lasted the longest.
Mickey
was cool. He's still alive.
Okay.
Mickey's still alive. I know she posts pictures of him. Well, Chisel was cool besides all the medical issues.
Yeah. He had medical issues from like near the beginning, didn't he?
He got palmed off on me. But he made it longer than he made it, like what, almost 10 years though.
Yeah, he made it longer than anybody thought he would. I mean, you really stuck with him. I see a lot of people that have dogs and like the dogs they have, but you really like partner with your dogs. You really like love your dogs. I don't know. It's weird. You kind of turn dogs into cats. You almost have like a relationship where you're just kind of both there. It's like most people have their dogs performing and stuff, and you kind of just partner up with your dog. I think that's the way it should be.
I guess that's one thing that's changed since I've been married, though. No dogs in the bed.
No dogs in the bed?
Yeah.
That's her rule?
That's her rule.
Why no dogs in the bed?
They stink.
You used to have 3 dogs in the bed in the tent.
Dogs can still go in a tent, but not on the bed, the mattress.
But isn't the tent over the bed?
Yeah, so the tent's got to be bigger than the bed.
Oh. So the dogs can go in the tent, in the room, but not on the bed in the tent in the room.
Maru. She's the one that feeds him, though, so he's kind of more loyal to her now.
So how did she break it to you that the dog can't get on the bed? The dog jumped on the bed one night and she said no?
Yeah, she screamed at it and ran away. And she did that continuously until he decided not to try anymore.
And that's why so many women are divorced right there. They scream at the men until they run away. But she's okay with the tent. The dog could be in the tent, in the room, but not on the bed, in the tent, in the room.
Yeah.
I remember, now see, this gives me a chance to say back, you have a lot of rules about stuff. I remember we were at a place in the building and you had to urinate, and you urinated, and they were saying that you were just peeing in places, and I said, no, you can't. No, not just, well, it's a drain. No, it's not a drain. It's a hole, Pete. It's different than a hole in a drain. Well, they're the same thing. And we went through this big thing, and you said, you have a lot of rules about pissing. It made me feel all prissy about it.
A hole is a drain. Goes into the ground.
No, not every hole is a drain. And especially not if it's on a wall. That's not a hole. You were doing some like abandoned facility glory hole thing accidentally there or something. I don't know what you were doing. But do you remember when you told me about you were at a party or something, and I said, if you have a bathroom, we were talking about most people you can get in the bathroom at the same time, and you were telling a story about a party, and most people that use the bathroom at the same time. You remember that?
Probably.
What was the number that you came up with, roughly?
You'd definitely get 3.
Well, you had the toilet, you had the
You got the
tub,
sink, the toilet, the bathtub.
right? Because you had a number like 5 or 7 or something, depending on how they broke up the activity.
Yeah.
At the same time. At the
Yep.
same time. Well, maybe if this thing works out, maybe you and your wife can get to a cabin after this and extend this just a little bit and kind of soft start and ease back into the business, because once you get back into business, you're going to be trapped again. You were trapped before. You were never out of that place. I guess picking her up and dropping her off is almost a treat.
Even on the date that they say we can open doesn't really mean I can open. I can't really open until my distributors are in Illinois, so I can't actually really open until they open because I can't get product.
So you're looking at a week to 10 days afterwards at best.
Yeah, because I'm like dead out of product. I was like out of product. Pretty much people were buying up right when the pandemic started. And then the distributors shut down and there's no way to reorder anything. So I can't get oxygen, so I can't blow glass.
Oh, right. Right. How have you've done a lot of stuff with your glass blowing that's been like artsy, and I thought of you. I saw something where people were redoing these ventilator machines and they had glass blowers.
I was part of that group, but it ultimately didn't really that wasn't really needed because the 3D printed ones worked out better. And then like the specs on them, like we would need to it just really didn't really work out because we need to get you need to have an adapter to try to make sure it fit. And then there was like so many different ones.
Okay.
And then the people that were doing 3D printing all joined up and then just started mass producing them. So like apparently that product's not even like an issue anymore to get.
Yeah, I mean,
the other thing is the glass ones are like heavy, so when they did use them, they were like basically just glass tees, a tee and 3 hoses, and then the weight from them would sag, and they would come disconnected. I guess the nurse could be out of the room, and then thing could be disconnected, and that would not be good.
I just thought it was a great idea to see different people coming away and using different crafts to help, but I also felt like, well, wait.
Yeah, there was a whole group of people like on Facebook doing that. We were racing the 3D printers. And everybody's like, oh, we're just going to like, then there was like the tubing, the perfect diameter size tubing we needed. There was like a very limited amount of it. It was actually a Chinese size. And there was like 2 cases in the US. And everybody's like trying to, well, just send me a tube and I can make some. And it just all fizzled out.
Ironically, our ventilator, she's a Chinese size tube. It's an adapter. There we go again, back to the Chinese thing. But it was just interesting to me that the solution came about, and people said that they would do. They were going to have different people work on everything, but it was surprising that, well, wait, you could just put Y valves on these things essentially and save more lives, and that's something we didn't know before.
Yeah.
Nobody pulled one of these things out of the box and had, said, hey, why don't we make up some of these 10 years ago and have them in there just in case? That was the genius revelation that, you put the butter on the biscuit. It's like, come on. Well, I will. It was good talking to you. I hope you get some vacation out of this, some paid vacation out of this and everything. And I'll stop by soon and see you. I know where you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck. And I got to meet your wife at some point, and I'll keep my eyes open for a Pete-worthy dog.
Find me a dog.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes open. Okay. Take care, Pete.
Yeah. Later, man.
Bye-bye.
What do I got to do to shut it off?